First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming today to this very important news conference to put a stop to something that may spread to the Senate, and we want to make sure that it doesn't spread to the Senate. For several years, we in the State House here have seen a spread of leadership PACs, and now PACs by individual legislators in some cases that are not in the leadership role. And these leadership PACs are garnishing money from the business community. And when you get a letter from a person in leadership role, then the business community out there catches notice of that and basically feels sort of like pressured into contributing. These leadership PACs for the past several years, myself and Senator Shaheen and other members of the Senate have introduced bills asking for them to be abolished in both houses. In some years, the bill has passed the Senate and got stalled over in the House of Representatives in the Judiciary Committee and just failed for some reason or another. So taking that into account, Senator Shaheen and myself said, well, with a failed task of trying to get this abolished in the State House in both houses, we can only do what we feel we need to do to protect the Senate of South Carolina from these type of leadership PACs, or PACs period. And that is introduce a rule change. In doing so, we ask, myself and Senator Shaheen, we ask for an opinion from the South Carolina Senate Ethics Committee, Senator Hayes. We wrote him a letter, both of us signed it, and we asked for his opinion on the legality of these leadership PACs. The opinion came back just as we knew it was going to come back, because we already knew that it was legal because we've been trying to stop it in the past. So with that written opinion in hand, we took and developed a resolution, a Senate resolution, to create Rule 54. You all heard of Car 54, where are you? Well, Rule 54 is going to be in the South Carolina Senate now, as soon as we can get it taken up and passed. We have 39 senators that have signed on to this resolution to open the rules and to amend the rules by adding Rule 54 that would make PACs of this nature prohibited in the South Carolina Senate. So this rule would prohibit these PACs from being in the Senate. We can't do anything about the House. That's their rules, and we've sent bills over in the past and we can't seem to get any answer there. So the only thing we can do is protect our own House, and that is the Senate, from this type of action. And each one of you have a packet here that we have developed for you, and it's got the history of what I've just said in chronological order, and it's got the bill, the resolution, and we intend to introduce that as soon as we go into the session today, and we're going to ask for immediate consideration. We have with us today John Kringle with Common Cause, who has been very beneficial and helpful with us on this, and has been in on the fight for several years to try to get this done. We have Ms. Laurel Suggs with the South Carolina League of Women Voters here with us, who supports it and also wants to see it done away with. And of course, at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Senator Shaheen.
Thank you, Senator Knotts, for your leadership on this issue. Senator Knotts and I are today waging a campaign to stop a cancer that has really eaten away at our national government in Washington, D.C., as we've seen creatures like these leadership PACs develop, consolidate power in a few individuals, and lead to the ever-increasing money chase by political officials. Our goal here is to stop that cancer from spreading. We're not here today accusing anyone of breaking the rules. We're here today to change the rules, to make the legislature and all of the elected officials from the governor on down in South Carolina more accountable to the public. We don't want to see spread to the Senate what's already happened a little bit in the South Carolina House of Representatives, where we've seen tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and in one case over $1 million raised by an elected official in a fund separate from their campaign fund. The problem with these PACs is it allows an elected official not only to have a campaign fund that has limits prescribed by law, but then to have a second fund to raise money from the same donors who would otherwise be prohibited by law from donating. We want to try to restore as much as possible a clear breakdown in the rules so that people know and the public knows who is giving to their elected officials, that the numbers and caps in the dollars that are supposed to be given are being followed, and that we can restore some level of trust into the campaign funding system in South Carolina. I want to again thank and applaud Senator Jakey Knotts for taking the lead on this. I look forward to working with him. We're going to start in the Senate, but we're going to continue to try to make sure that leadership PACs are banned in the House and in our statewide elected officials from the governor on down, so that we don't see this happen in the future. Thank you so much, and I'll now turn it over to Mr. John Krangle from Common Cause. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator. I'm John Krangle, the Executive Director of Common Cause South Carolina. The Common Cause South Carolina strongly endorses the efforts of Senator Jake Knotts and Senator Vincent Shaheen to ban leadership PACs in the South Carolina Senate by enacting the proposed new Senate rule. Since 2006, Common Cause has been urging a ban on leadership PACs operated by any state or local official. The Senate passed a bill to effect such a ban in the previous legislature, but it was killed by the South Carolina House. Leadership PACs are an abuse of public office to pressure donors for political money, and they're a way of evading contribution limits. And present, the South Carolina House of Representatives is the only governmental or political entity that has leadership PACs. No constitutional officer, no state senator, or no local official is known to have leadership PACs. Our research has revealed that the following people have leadership PACs: Speaker Bobby Harrell, Ways and Means Committee Chairman Dan Cooper, LCI Chair Bill Sandefur, Representative Alan Clemens, Representative Gilda Cobb Hunter, Representative Harry Ott. We also believe that, based on information I received this morning, that a new leadership PAC was formed last week by a House member. There's also a question as to whether Representative Jim Merrill is operating a PAC. In the past, persons who have had leadership PACs have abolished them. Representative Jim Harrison, Representative Doug Jennings, Representative Douglas Smith have all abolished their leadership PACs. Representative Harry Cato had one, but he was defeated. Attached to the news release, which is in your packet, is a list of the leadership PACs that's been prepared by Mr. Stimley, our board member, and the amounts of money that they have taken in and they have received. Thank you very much.
Introduce yourself to me.
I'm Laurel Suggs, Vice President of the League of Women Voters of South Carolina, and we commend Senator Knotts and Senator Shaheen for realizing that this is a problem and they need to address it, and we're very pleased to see that 37 other senators agree with them. We think that the public doesn't realize how much money is being floated around. We think that the House ought to do away with their leadership PACs, and we call on them to take this step as the senators are attempting to stake and get rid of their PACs. We think the public will be much better served with a different system. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to also state that these leadership PACs are very hard to find because the South Carolina Ethics Commission in a lot of cases do not have the information as who actually is the owner of the PACS that is online. That's one thing that I would like to see changed, because I feel like in the name of transparency, which is the word up here these years, the past couple of years, that the people ought to know who owns these PACS. And that's a issue that we will have to address at a later date. But I want to thank and commend the membership of the Senate, our other colleagues in the Senate, for eagerly joining in immediately to see the problem, as Senator Shaheen has described it, as a cancer coming possibly coming into the Senate. And before it gets started, we wanted to make sure that it was going to be stopped. And that's why we have done the rule. We can stop it in the Senate. That's all we can do. And I think that that's going to happen in the near future, very near future. At this point in time, you have anything else to say? Or
no, thank you all for coming. We'll take some questions one-on-one, or you'll do them at the same time?
All right, we'll take questions from you one-on-one, or take questions now. Any questions?
Thank you all. We'll be available after the press conference. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.